All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Jump on about a minute early, just to maybe 30 seconds, just to sync things up. How are you guys today? What is going on? She's a balmy 33 outside with some wind. The walk is going to be chilly, but it's going to get done. So, yeah. Good morning. How are you? How are you guys? Post in the chat how you doing on a scale of 1 to 10. Casey Fabling, good to see you on Instagram. Sorry that my mug is filling up the screen, but Instagram in their infinite wisdom went from landscape to portrait, and I can't figure out how to change that stuff. So anyway, good morning, Jubal Williamson. Yin is here. Good to see you. Jubal's a 10, coming in at a 10. Dan Bennett on time and early. Yeah. Touring Man is here. Oh, my word. Good to see you, buddy. He's back. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Locke Johnson, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you guys. Back for more. Casey says it could be worse. You could be looking at me. Exactly. Well, I'm trying to slim down, so I'll get the face fit in the screen a little bit better. So, yeah. Good morning, Luke McGee. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Must be about same temperature out there in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, as it is here. Good morning, Roy Dahl. Good to see you guys. Coming in hot today. Love it. Good to see you. What is happening? Yeah, a little chilly down here. I forgot to turn the heat on. That's all right. Wakes me up, gets me going. I spent a couple hours this morning trying to figure out how to take these 326 videos from YouTube and get them transferred over to Podbean. And that got me dove into repurpose.io and all kinds of URLs and RSS feeds and knowing way more than I want to know about all that stuff. So, good morning, Bubba Hogan. Where are you? What's going on? I wore your shirt yesterday. Not on well, I had it on here, but I had it under a second layer. So, we'll have to debut that here pretty soon on the morning live. Good morning, Dave Davis from Denver. Yeah. Victor Anthony. Yeah. Who not how, right? Yeah. I know. I have a call later with Tyler Kirk, so I'm going to drop that on him and say, "Hey, fix this." Not fix it. I just figure I'm going to move this thing to the Summit podcast. So anyway, Josh Baker, good to see you, man. I miss you. How are you, buddy? Yeah, coffee's good this morning. I got a little fiery with the percolator this morning and had it on. I think it was going a little fast because I had some grounds in there, so I ate well. But we're getting that thing dialed in. Pat Johnston will be proud of me. Anyway, guys, I want to talk this morning about managing subs like a pro, right? And keep in mind, when I talk about these things, it's not from a place of I always did it great, right? Or it's more like, hey, what I learned from doing it crappy at times. Okay. Um, so hope to share some of that stuff with you today, maybe get you dialed in on how to better interact with your subcontractors. Okay. You don't get the subs you want, you get the subs that you lead. Okay. Subs aren't employees, but they're absolutely part of your reputation, guys, because when they don't do it well, you didn't do it well. Okay. Whether they show up late, cut corners, communicate poorly, park on the lawn, or do world-class work. The client doesn't say, that was a bad sub. They say that was a bad contractor. My experience with Bob wasn't good. They don't say, well, it was John or Bill or Frank. Okay. Managing subs isn't about control, guys. Good morning, Dustin. Good to see you here. It's about setting clear expectations, leadership, and accountability, putting all that stuff in place. I remember some times back, when I had Turner Builders and, subs are driving me crazy, missed deadlines, showing up whenever they feel like it, doing amazing work, one job and sloppy on the next, going from great to good and good to crappy. I kept telling myself, yeah, these freaking guys are unreliable, But then a coach I was working with at the time said, sounds like a leadership issue. And I'm like, oh, that kind of stung. Like if I could have crawled through the phone right then, I would have, right? Because it wasn't my fault. But I was being unclear, okay? They weren't unreliable. I was being unclear about the expectations. I assumed they understood the timeline, the standard, the process, the communication expectations, and the cleanup expectations. Okay. But assumptions are expensive, guys. Once I tightened up my expectations, improved my communication with them, everything changed. Better work, faster work, less friction, more profit, more easily pay them on time. Subs don't need a babysitter, guys. They need a leader. They need a leader, okay? Because clear expectations will give you predictable results, okay? Subs only know what you've told them, not what you meant to tell them or what they should know. Oh, that freaking guy, he's a plumber. He should know that. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe you had him in too early. Maybe you, as the GC or the remodeler or the outdoor living guy, don't understand their process. Maybe you haven't sat down with them and say, how do things typically go? Yeah, we'll prioritize your job when they're taken care of. Yeah, for sure. Every job, guys, should start with scope, right? Hey, what are we doing? Timeline. When do we have to get it done? Set the clear expectation. Material list. Job site standards. This is how we do it here. Okay. Daily start times, end times. I had a drywaller. Used to, I like to start at 6 a.m. I'm like, dude, we're working in somebody's house. Well, I don't care. I get done at 2. I want to start at 6. I'm like, well, go work on a new house out in the middle of the woods. We're doing remodeling. Okay. Make sure you're clear about cleanup expectations, payment schedule it, and then be good at it. Do what you say you're going to do as a contractor. Okay. Let them know how you're going to communicate. But good morning, David Zemchek. Good to see all you guys this morning. All right. If it's not written, it's just a suggestion, maybe an unclear expectation. If it is written, it becomes part of a standard. Okay. And the communication has got to be simple and repeatable. Okay. Contractors lose hours every week because of sloppy communication with subs. Bottom line, right? Create a system, like introduce the job in one message thread. Have that transfer of trust. Do we understand each other? Is there anything else you need from me? Daily or every other day check-ins. Go to the job site, walk through. What do you need from me? How are things going? Anything I'm not seeing here? Weekly schedule confirmation. Hey, on Thursday, looks like we got you dialed in for Monday at 9. Are we still good for that? Yeah, Rachel, we're killing it today. Okay. Same process for every job. Make your process repeatable so you can put somebody in that spot. Subs love the clarity. When they know the plan, they execute faster and cleaner. Believe it or not, they want to do a good job. Okay. The other thing is respect, right? Respect equals results. Just by virtue of the word subs almost means like, it's almost condescending, right? Subs. They're not less than sub. They're an extension of, they're partners. Treat them like garbage and your jobs are going to reflect it. Good morning, Dave Howard. Treat the subs like pros. Guys, this could go for any vendor too. It's not just subs. Pay them on time. Communicate respectfully. And don't react and say things in angst, okay? Give them what they need. Fix chaos before it hits them. Hey, I took care of this. This was coming down the line. Hey, electrician wanted to come today. I see that you weren't done. We pushed him off a day. Hope that works for you. Appreciate their work. I really used to try to say that to everybody when I left. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. Not unlike a race volunteer in an Ironman or something. Everyone I ran by, I would say, thanks for being here. They're a volunteer. Subs don't have to work for you. A valued sub is going to be a loyal sub, and the loyalty is priceless. Okay. And then hold those standards. Yeah, we're in it together, Josh says. Hold the standards, not grudges. Don't have a grudge, okay? If a sub makes repeated mistakes, missed deadlines, causes some friction, you got to address it. But here's a simple script for that, right? It's not like you don't go high order on them, or grab them by the throat. Okay, hey man, I want us to continue to do great work together. Yeah, but I can't have X happening, okay, anymore. Here's what I need from you going forward. Is there anything else you need from me to be able to accomplish that? Bam. It's business. Clear, direct, respectful, professional. If they can't meet your standard, replace them. Never let one sub drag your business down. It's that devil that you know, right? Well, he does a good job. He shows up most of the time. Man, his work's great, but boy, doesn't he complain to the customer a lot? or worse, throw you under the bus to the customer when you're not there. Oh yeah, Bob. Yeah. Right. Some of these guys work for themselves because they can't work for anyone else. That's a frustration. Okay. But ask yourself this: do the subs really know your expectations? Or are you just hoping that they do? What problems keep coming up with the subs? What does that say about your leadership? And then finally, what questions are you avoiding? You get back in your truck going, oh shit, I hope he figures it out and never leave a mark. you can grab him by the throat, just don't leave a mark. Yeah, guys, ask yourself this: am I the common denominator with these issues? Right? And some people would tell you you got to have a master subcontractor agreement. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Slide that across the table to your plumber. Hey, Eli, slide that across the table to your plumber and say, "This is how we do it here. This is what get you thrown off the site." He's going to slide it back and go, "Dude, I got 5 other Bob Turners I can go work for that aren't a pain in the ass like you." So you have to build a relationship. You have to be a good place to work. You have to do the things that other people aren't willing to do. Treat them like human beings. Appreciate their work. Now, there's the other side of that too, is you end up sometimes working for them. So be careful of that. So it has to be a collaborative effort. Okay. I would just say maybe today, just write down the standards for your site. What are your sub standards? Substandard. What are your subcontractor standards? Maybe they should know your core values. Maybe you give them a hat and a t-shirt. Hey, this is what we stand for here every day. We're broom. Just so you know what I've committed to the customer, I've committed to broom clean every day. That means no monster cans, no dip bottles, no crap, no candy wrappers, things that are blowing in and out of the dumpster all over the place. Okay. Yeah, Rachel. Have a meeting 2 times a year with builders. Right. Make sure you're on the same page. Yeah, bring them in. Take them to lunch. Bring lunch. Hey, I know you guys, plumber, you got 4 guys with you today. I know you guys are all going to be on the site Friday. What about I bring lunch over? Will that work? Oh, geez. Yeah, perfect. Right? Guys, great subs are going to make your life easier. Poor subs will make your life chaotic. Simple as that. The difference, your leadership. This is a leadership issue, guys. Okay? Lead your subs like pros, and they're going to help you build a reputation you can be proud of. And they'll stick up for you in rooms that you're not in. You got a homeowner chucking you under the bus, saying something that's not accurate. They might say, hey, you know what? I don't see that as the case. I've worked with Bob for 10 years. Bob's a good guy. He's going to handle it. Okay. Yeah. Locke says, I'd be so angry, embarrassed if I had some subs trash up the job. Yeah, for sure. Guys, if you can think of it, it's probably happened to me on a job site. And I've dealt with it with different subs. Funny things people have said to me. Hey, Bob, there's no such thing as a drywall emergency. Okay. Had a plumber drop the truck off once. I'm like, hey, I called him. I couldn't find him on the job site. Are you here? Oh no, man, I just dropped the truck off. I'm heading down the road here to with my girlfriend to price a job. I'm like, okay, so the truck is here. Perfect. We're almost there. And I love the one where, hey, Johnny, it's Monday. I've got you on for next Monday. Just checking in, just calling to check in, just trying to do my schedule. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem, but give me a call on Friday to remind me. Dude, I'm not your mom. I'm not going to give you a call on Friday. Do you have a phone? Can we put it in your schedule right now? Call on Thursday. Yeah, I should say no problem. Call Friday. Nothing. Crickets. Dead air. No show Monday. And then you chase. And you chase and you chase, and maybe you get them next Friday. In the meantime, customers going, hey, man, I thought you said the guy was coming Monday. Yeah. So your credibility goes down the crapper. Your integrity comes into question. Okay. Yeah. Locke says on the flip side, I have the same emotions if the homeowner was doing that stuff. Yeah. I'd be mad. I had to go. Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. And there's the other side of that too. Maybe we'll do a call on homeowners as well. Guys, we're not perfect, right? But we can treat people well. We can offer respect. We can be clear about our expectations with these guys, girls, subs, Bring them in. Make sure they're able to work together. Don't throw 6 in the same house in the same day. If you want to know when a project's coming to a close, just drive by on day the second to last day. Every single sub and truck is going to end up being there because they pushed you off. That's what I always tried to avoid. Guys, you can do it now, or you can do it when the electrician and the painter's touching up and the floor guy's here and the appliances are being delivered and all the stuff, right? Like Locke, you do ponds, right? There's things that have to happen in order. At the end, you might need to replant grass. You don't need a guy trudging back in there to do something, okay? Wendy's popping the links in for you guys. Make sure you check them out. So anyway, guys, that's what I had on subcontractors. I hope that was helpful. It's great to see so many people here today. Post in the chat how you doing. I'm scrolling back through the comments now, and do have a special guest I want to add. Let me see here. See if we can bring him in. Oh, there he is. How you doing, boss?
What is going on, my man? How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm right full of coffee, and I slept well, so watch out. I'm coming for you.
Oh, all right. I love it, man. I love the energy.
Hey, we were talking about subs before you got here, and I know that, I mean, you had a real estate company, property management. Dude, you've dealt with some subs, okay? We probably could tell a few stories over a whiskey and a cigar about funny things that have happened. But one of the things I was trying to share today was just like clear expectations, level of respect. You know, they're an extension of you, that kind of thing. What have you seen in your experience working with subcontractors? What's worked? What hasn't? What can you share?
I can share all. I can share what has worked and what hasn't worked. I guess, you know, when we had the management company, we had about 1,000 properties. And at some point in variations, we probably had a couple hundred subs easily, maybe up to 300 at one point. Because, you know, we're in 3 cities and you got to be 2 or 3 deep for each sub.
Right.
And the common thread that we had was we really tried to set the expectations and open up the lines of communication.
Right.
Meaning, I call it setting the table. We would sit down when we first sat down with them, and you know, listen, you know what the client wants. We're the client, right? So we know what we want. We want good service. We want you to show up. But I would take a different tact of asking, like, what do you want? Like, what is a good relationship for you? Like, how do you define this being a win? And you know, they never really had anyone ask them that. They were always just like, yeah, you got to show up. You got to do this. Don't be too cheap. Don't, you know, fucking screw us on the pricing and all that bullshit.
Right.
But no one ever asked them, like, what do you want? Like, what's the goal for your business and how do I help you get to where you want to go? And they were like, wow, like, I don't know. So I was like, okay, well, this is a moment in time that I can help you with your business and give you some, you know, do you mind if I give you some advice? They're like, sure. And I said, well, you know, and, you know, you got a Google map, you got here, you're here, you know, this is where you are, this is where you want to go. And the reason I would ask them that very clearly is because if they had no direction and they were busy and they were floundering, they weren't going to have employees stick around. And if you're not going to have employees stick around, they're going to be in chaos. Well, if they're going to be in chaos, which means they're not going to show up for the jobs that I need them to show up for on time. They're not going to do quality work, which eventually is going to reflect on me and affect me. And so that was the first thing is do you have a model that can scale? Do you have a business model that can scale? Second thing I would ask them, and I'd be very clear of, like, you know, if there is an issue, who do we talk to? How long does it take to get a call back? So on a standard business day, should I expect a call back at the end of day? Should I expect going back the next day? Should I expect nobody? Should I get an FU text? Like, what should we expect when we call you? And then if there is an emergency, who do we call? And what is the expected callback time? What are the days that you operate? Do you operate after hours? Do you operate? So we just asked a lot of communication questions. If every word out of their mouth was, I don't know, I'm not sure, no clue, then when you hire them and they give you shitty service, you're like, wow, I didn't see that one coming. It's like, you kind of knew they were going to be shitty from the beginning. So I don't know if that answered your question, but I really laid the foundation to make sure that, are they going to be a good partner? And if they're not, you know, if I'm going to use them once or twice, They're going to clean a chimney out. That's not something
Right.
we use much in Houston. If it's a foundation, if it's a roof, if it's HVAC, if it's
Mhm.
modeling, painting, these are high turn jobs. So we needed to know. And then on top of that, we would ask them, how much volume can you take? If we have 100 make readies and we need them all turned on the first of the month, can you do that?
Right. Yeah.
So those are
Setting that
some of the things.
clear expectations, right? And then like when they don't perform, you have to address it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so we all become a coach, right? A contractor coach or a business coach. And I noticed that a lot with subs that I used is like um they would pull in and their dashboard would be full of paperwork. And I'd be like, well, that's where my stuff is. So I would say, hey,
Yeah.
how are you running your business? Are you using JobTread construction management software? Hey, check this out. I would show them this and get them going on it. Or hey, let's go to lunch next week. I can help you with some of this kind of stuff because it really becomes this almost a survival tactic for you as the contractor to help make them better, make them grow, because they might just be a craftsman that said, I don't want to work for this guy anymore. I'm going to do my own thing. But they didn't ask to run, QuickBooks and all the stuff, right, that comes with running a business. So kind of some hand holding at times, right?
Yeah. And, Bob, what was interesting, especially for Pete and I, because, we believe heavily in being, coached and being, self-development. And, we invested a lot in ourselves. And we just thought, okay, it's just how you do business. It's just how we operate. And we would
Mm,
talk to other people and they're like, I've never even heard of what you guys are talking about. And we're like,
right.
like CAC, client acquisition cost, or what's the lifetime value of your client, or what are your numbers? What is your, they're just like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, we just assume these things. You're talking about JobTread, right? We assume that people know of all these things that can help them, but they're maybe going from a very small window of what they knew. If all you know is paper files and you don't even know what software is like,
Right.
how can you expect them to use it? And, again, like you said, at some point, you kind of got to pass that torch. And sometimes it's just tribal where you're just saying, hey man, why don't you can I give you some advice? Can I help you? And most of the time, as long as you're not demeaning or talking down to them, but if you're really trying to help them, because at the end of the day, and you've heard me say this probably 1,000 times, everybody's just an entrepreneur and we're just trying to build a better life. And
Yeah.
so this guy's trying to build a better life for his family. He's got people. So it's not, I used to go to these events and these conferences, and everybody was so adversarial, like these fucking vendors and this and that. But I'm like, dude, without them, you won't be in business. Like, you
Right.
understand, you guys, it's symbiotic. You guys are synergistically intertwined, but a lot of people don't think that way, and I just don't understand that.
Yeah, we're on the same team, guys. So to that point, to that end, and I would say to guys, listen, if you got something you got to chat with me about or whatever that we need to just kind of figure out on our own, let's step to the back of the van. Let's not don't run it up the flagpole in front of everybody, and it might be something I forgot or you forgot. But let's look out for one another and be a united front against cost and against somebody having us over the barrel here at the end of the job. So I appreciate it. So guys, that was good today. If you enjoyed the subcontractor back and forth, pop a fist pump in the chat. Steve, let's pivot a little bit while I've got you. What do we got coming up? We got a few things we're doing. We
Gosh.
got a we got a 2-day takeoff event. We got ground school. Talk about what we got coming up there in Houston.
Yeah, I mean, you would think we would slow down in December. I'm guessing there will be a day. Like, it's funny, we talk about like Christmas. People are like, oh, it's Christmas. I'm like, Christmas is one day. It's only
Right.
one day, right? I mean, like, it's not the month of, right? I get people all the time like, well, it's Christmas season. I'm like, no, it's Christmas Day. You're just using that as your excuse for everything else. But you know what though? That's fine, because the game is won in the fourth quarter. And
Right.
for the people that are sitting there saying, well, Bob, it's the holidays, we should
Right.
take it easy. Okay, you know what? I love you people, because it just means that that's how we dominate. So to answer your question, we have the 2-day takeoff summit. I haven't done one since August, or we haven't done one since
Right.
August. We've been so busy. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. We got a lot of people coming. We've got local people. We've got people flying in from out of state. And I think it's really the groundwork to lay the foundation for your business. I mean, this
Mm.
is this is a 2-day intensive workshop to build the foundation of mindset, marketing, sales, virtual assistants. I mean, we strip all those things down, and it's me and you for 2 days, and that's it. And we're pouring ourselves into you.
It's so comprehensive, guys. We have some of our clients that have already been to it that, more so go to the ground school thing that Steve will talk about in a second, but they actually come back to the 2-day sometimes.
I do.
Because they just like the recap, the going through it and everything.
Well, and listen, I think a lot of times you've heard me say this, where I could say the same thing to a room of 50 people and everybody will hear 50 different stories. Right. Everybody's going to hear something different when you're ready to hear it. Someone who's doing $50,000 in revenue is different than someone who's doing 500,000. Different stories, sure. Different challenges, different someone doing 5 million. Same marketing problem, but they're at different stages. So what I'm talking about, you may go, that's not important to me right now. This is what's important. So it is. I literally, and I don't know if anyone's on here that's been, but I literally have had people tell me they've taken anywhere between 20 to 48 pages of notes is the most I've seen.
Yeah.
And the guy who took the 48, he's been in business for 20 years. And he's like, dude, I don't even know what to say. He's like, I can't even, I'm just in awe that I didn't, right. More that he didn't know it. Not that I'm this smart guy, because what I say isn't prolific. It's not like magical. It's just, I'm just putting it in different order. So we have the 2-day takeoff. I'm sure we have a couple tickets left. I don't know. I know we have limited space, and I know the marketing team is doing an amazing job of filling up the venue.
It'll be fun.
And look, listen, and before I talk about the groundswell, I think the thing is the wave is coming. 2026 wave is coming. If you really honestly think that you're going to wait until 2026 to start paddling to catch that wave, you've already missed it. You don't start paddling once the wave is on you. You start paddling when you see the swell. And I think for a lot of people, the swell is coming, and you start paddling in December for the January, February rush. And so for those of the people that want to build their business, you got to start paddling. And what better time to regroup and rebuild your business than paddling in December in Houston? Shit, look at it's outside. It's 80 degrees today. I don't know what it is where you are, Bob, but it's a lot warmer. I'm guaranteeing you here.
33.
I'm sitting by the pool. And then, and then we have ground school, right? Ground school is, we do them once per quarter. This is only for clients, current en route clients, because it's something that is special. And we talk about one subject topic per quarter. Q1 is all about marketing. Q2 is all about sales. Q3 is all about systemization and scaling. And Q4, which I believe is probably one of the most important, is leadership. And leadership, if you are a bad leader, you could have the best product in the world. No one's going to follow you. So leadership is huge. We've got James Morris coming. He's a friend of mine for 20 plus years. He's got a company that does staffing, temps, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of employees. He's got to lead them all over the country. He does stuff for FedEx, UPS, Macy's. He does staffing for all these companies. It's a big company. And then we got Phil Kornichuk, who is an amazing human, Green Beret, Army Ranger, 13 tours in Afghanistan. And he was at Mach 5. And I just said, hey, man, do you mind going up there and just riffing off the cuff? And he just blew everyone away with his just off the cuff leadership. So I thought, man, this guy's got to come back. And I pay for all these people to come and speak. It's on my dime, but I think it's that important that if you want to learn to be that leader in 2026, you got to start paddling in 2025. And so that's what's coming up. I don't know what else we have. I think that's it for the month of December, but
2025 will be a Job Trade Connect. But hey, I wanted to jump in and say hello to Dan Bennett. And I asked Dan to jump on with us because I think Dan's been to a ground school, but Dan's coming. And Dan's one of our guys that jumped in with us earlier this year. And literally his hair's been on fire ever since. Dan, talk a little bit about the 2 day stuff and kind of what you get from it, and what your experience has been so far with Steve and I and the group.
All right. Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning.
What's happening, brother?
Yeah, so I appreciate you inviting me in here. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I came to the ground school the first time back in it was just in June of this year, and it was like, Steve, I talked to you about this just last week when I saw you about how much it made me realize the things that I was kind of slipping on in my business, and what I needed to change, and then I got so much from it that I came back the next month,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so and every time, both times that I was there, I took something else from it that I didn't catch the first time. It just whatever. I didn't hear it the first time, but I heard it again. So I think it's a great opportunity for anybody. You get, like you said, you get 2 days and you get like all of those pillars of business. You touch upon all of those different things in there that you need to do, and things that you need to do to shape up your business and move forward in the right direction. So I think it's a worthy investment for anybody, and not for nothing, like Steve just said, especially this time of year, it's great weather down in Houston. So go enjoy it. Have a good time.
And Dan, how long have you been in business for?
21 years.
Wow. Yeah. And it just goes to, and I appreciate your honesty, Dan, of, being vulnerable. Listen, it's tough. It's tough to walk into a room and say, I don't know how to do this, right? That's not easy. It's not easy for anybody. And I give everybody credit that walks in and they leave their egos at the door and go, okay, Steve, if you can help me, help me. And I'm like, I will do my best. I can't guarantee anything, right? Obviously, but I guarantee you, I will do everything I can to help you. And no one is ever going to leave saying I didn't learn anything. I mean, I tell people like, look, I guarantee. Well, I don't guarantee a lot, but the one thing I do guarantee, and I think Dan and Bob and anyone else who's been there will agree, is I guarantee when you walk out of that room on day 2, at the end of day 2, you will be a much different person mentally than the person that walked in those doors the morning of day 1. Do you guys agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
100. I mean, I can see it in Dan just since he joined with us. He's he was frustrated when he showed up. He just kind of reignited his passion for his business that was kind of always there. But, the world has a way of beating it out of you. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the subs. Sometimes it's the homeowner. Sometimes it's just like working by yourself.
Just life,
right?
man. Fucking life beats you up sometimes,
It can be lonely, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dan, I appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing you. We appreciate the support. You're always sharing out our stuff. And I just wanted to come on today and just publicly thank you for all of that. And on behalf of both Steve and I, and it was great to see you last week in Memphis at the Mid-South Pond Retreat, which we're getting scheduled for next year already. Bubba's all over that. So it's just been fun. It's been a fun year, guys.
Yeah. Last week was great for sure. It was a good community. But I think that's, another thing that can be said for these programs, for all of them, is it's a great community of like-minded people. And you can go in and you can join the program, but if you don't go back and implement what you're learning, then you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time and your energy. So, and having the daily call, having this call with Bob every morning gets me fired up. Having the daily sales accelerator call, like if you don't do these things, if you don't take advantage of what you get with the program, you don't jump on these calls. And quite frankly, I see quite a few people, I would say, that don't. I scratch my head. I go, what did you join the program for? I look for your face in the group in the morning and you're not here. I'm like, what could you be doing that's more valuable than that right now?
Yeah, you don't just write a check and get your business fixed.
They're like, I don't understand. Like, I paid for your program, Steve. You haven't done anything. I'm like, that's that right there. What you just said is, I haven't done anything. It's not about me. It's about and again, and you guys know this, and Bob does a great job. We will meet you where you're at, right? You show us where you're at. We will meet you and we will pull you to the next level. But I'm not pushing anybody. I'm not going to call you and be like, hey, Dan, can you show up today, please? I really would like you to grow your business. Please show up today.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, like, listen, you chose to be an entrepreneur, not me. You chose to start a business, not me. You asked for help. We are here to help you. And we will never let you quit, but you've got to want it more than anyone else. And I think that's
Yeah.
the challenge is some people, they just don't, and Bob and Dan, you know this, right? Sometimes we just get so beat up, we lose our passion. We're just
Right.
like, man, I just don't have it in me anymore. And that's very common. It's not lost on me that I see people kind of already quitting. They're already beat up. And I'm just like, man, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough out there. It's rough out there.
Out there.
So,
Absolutely.
but it truly takes a village, and it's great to have a team and a tribe. And you've heard all that. Find your tribe. Get with your team, guys. And if you're struggling, if you think maybe some coaching, a little bit of guidance, we've got our daily sales accelerator where you can get sales training every single day. You don't have to go full blown into the coaching program, but maybe dip your toe in the water. If you want to talk with Steve or I about that, get hold of us. Okay. We've got people on here just on this call that just joined us last week. Yin and Locke Johnson have been on here. Bradley Birch joined with us. Jack. People are jumping in. You're in, like, what is it, Steve? You don't want us coaching your competition, right?
You know what? Your biggest fear should be you find out that we're coaching your competition, because
Right.
that would be, because listen, at the end of the day, we're going to do everything we can to dominate your market.
Right.
You may be in that market that get dominated. That is and again, indecision is a decision.
Mhm.
And when, it's funny, Bob, I've heard some people say like, oh, you guys do this sales thing every day. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, I'm not really good in sales. I'm like, I disagree. You're an amazing salesperson because you sold yourself that you suck at sales. So congratulations. You actually did the ultimate sale. I don't understand. Like, sales is just communication. Sales has nothing to do with the monetary cost of what's transferred between people. That's just a value that you give it. If we were selling rocks, we transfer rocks, but everybody has this aversion to money and they go like, oh, I'm not good at sales. And again, that's your financial struggle, or your what do we call it? What's the term?
Oh,
that we had everybody.
Your favorite
struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your favorite struggle. That's your excuse that you shield.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Just say, I don't want to grow. Because I think everyone, if you're under $1 million a month in revenue, and do the math, that's 12 million a year. Your problem is you're not making enough revenue. You suck at sales and you need to get better. Nobody wants to say that. I'll say it. You've got to focus on what you're bad at. And sales is selling your employees on a vision. Sales is selling your team. Sales is selling your customers. Sales is selling yourself, that you actually have a product. Sales is not just you selling your product. That's why you probably suck at sales. And listen, I guarantee you, Bob, and you tell me if you guys disagree. When someone tells me all these bullshit excuses about why they suck at stuff, we could look at their bank account and probably guess how much revenue they make based on their friction of committing to being better. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. And Yin just made a comment in there. The joy of leadership comes from seeing others achieve more than they thought were capable. I would say too, you could insert coaching. So for me, the joy of coaching comes from seeing others achieve more than they thought they were capable of. Like, that's literally where I live, Yin. So thank you for sharing that. Rachel loves your bluntness and honesty. Hey, I can be honest or I can be nice, right?
I can't be both, man. I can't be both. I can lie and bullshit and say it's okay, but does that really help anyone?
All right. Guys, we got a lot going, a lot happening. Actually, I'm going to see you in Vegas on Sunday afternoon, Steve. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to go tell Alex Hormozi how things are done.
Yeah, we're going to be meeting up with the acquisition.com team, Alex Hormozi's group, Alex Hormozi. This will be our third time there. That'll be great. Yeah. So I forgot about that. We do have that going. And, the thing is all this information, we just take it and pour it back into the group. I mean,
exactly.
The stuff we learn from Hormozi and all these people that I invest in for the team, we don't hold it, we share it. So anyone who's in the group, they get it. Today on the Daily Sales Accelerator, yours truly is going to be speaking. We're going to be doing objection handling. I'm going to talk about stuff that Eli Wild taught me. Things that guys that are very, very high level, we're going to share this with, right? Because I think it's important. I think more people need to share. I think more people need to 100%. Give back.
Rising
And I
tide.
don't
They say
rising
if you
tide.
don't, your coach doesn't have a coach, get a new coach.
Get
I
rid
was
of
just
them.
gonna say that. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So thanks, Yin. Appreciate you and Locke being here.
Yeah.
It's great to connect with these guys. I love it when we bring new people in. They get fired up. We get them on the calls. They're just,
Oh yeah,
they're just
man.
going at it. The people that do the best are the ones that engage. Okay.
Yep.
Steve, Bubba says, not when I jump on, I'll take over. So I wasn't there for yesterday's call, but I'm guessing that maybe Steve was
I
very
did.
active.
I violated the rule. I violated the rule. Bubba
You know,
looked
you
like
were
he
doing
was.
so well.
I know. I just can't help myself. I get so fired up. I got to jump in.
Oh, shit.
So
That's all
and to
good.
my defense, Bubba was kind of floundering. Just kidding, Bubba.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh shit.
Shots fired.
I won't give him the link right now. I won't give him
Don't
the
give him the link.
So,
Well, you
Well,
know
listen,
Bubba's
guys.
coming in today when you're there, Steve. He said it yesterday.
yeah.
I'm not going to
You
let him
did.
in.
Yeah. Locke says, easy at first. Check back in a month. I'll still be here. Yeah. We'll be around when the dust settles. I get
Oh,
that
yeah.
feeling, Locke. So we're super happy to have you guys.
Yeah,
involved.
definitely.
So, yeah. Well, guys, I hear Wendy upstairs pacing back and forth. We're going out for, she calls it a walk. It's kind of a run when she's fast. So I got to try to keep up with her. We're going to get a little cardio in the cold and then get to work. So I appreciate you guys being here. Steve, thanks for jumping on. Dan, always appreciate you being in the chat, supporting us even in ways that we don't see. So, and the rest of you guys that do that, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, we hit
definitely.
like 29 today. I saw it on the ticker. So
Wow.
a new record. And Steve, it was before you got here. So relax. Okay. You too, Dan. But-
no, it was me. Come on.
Good stuff. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Hey, do something great today. Take a look at how you're managing and dealing with interacting with your subcontractors, okay? If you have questions, pop it in the group. We have a sales accelerator Facebook group. We've got the app that you guys are involved in that are members of the community. If you want a 7-day trial to the DSA, hit me up. We want you to get involved, okay? And you guys that are in our En route program, we're looking forward to seeing you at Ground School December 8th and 9th. And if you want to check things out and you want to get to the 2-day takeoff event on December 2nd and 3rd, it's not too late. We get you in, okay? So that's about what I've got for today, guys. I appreciate it. Steve, thank you. Dan, thank you. Guys, go kill it today. And I'll be right back here tomorrow at 8 a.m.
See you guys.
Okay, guys, we'll see
Have
you.
a good
Take
day,
care.
guys. Thank you.